Hey everyone, and welcome to Speech. Today we are going to learn about 8 signs you're in a toxic relationship. Now let's begin. Number 1, failing responsibility. Toxic people rarely understand their own toxicity. They fail to take responsibility for their mistakes, and they often pass the blame to their innocent partners. When a toxic person shrugs responsibility, it's a sign of defensive behavior. They do not want to acknowledge their flaws, so they act like a victim in their relationships. They pretend you are the source of their problems. That way, they can justify their own toxic patterns. If you let a toxic person blame you for their problems, their toxicity will destroy your self-esteem. No matter how many times someone says it, their toxicity is not your fault. Unless your partner is willing to take responsibility for their mistakes and make real changes in their life, you are in a toxic relationship, and it may be time to let go. Number 2, absence of support. In a healthy relationship, partners want to see each other succeed. They encourage each other to pursue their dreams and goals. They support each other when trying new things, and they pick each other when they make mistakes. In other words, if you and your partner have a strong, loving bond, you want your partner to grow, improve, and succeed. But in toxic relationships, partners rarely support each other the way they should. They don't pay attention to each other's goals, nor do they encourage each other to try new things. In really toxic relationships, one partner may even sabotage the other partner's success. If you want to know whether your relationship is toxic, think about the last time your partner genuinely supported your personal growth. Did they encourage you to step out of your comfort zone? Did they celebrate a raise or promotion you received at work? If your partner gives you the support you're looking for, your relationship may be healthy and genuine. But if your partner doesn't support your goals or ambitions, your relationship may be more toxic than you realize. Number 3, subtle isolation. Does your partner isolate you from your friends or family? Do they force you to create distance from the people you care about? Many toxic partners will try to control and dominate your life. They want 100% of your time and attention, so they use manipulative tactics to cause rifts in your relationships. For example, a toxic partner may dislike the close relationship you have with your best friend. When your partner sees the two of you together, they may become jealous because they want to possess every bit of your attention. They want to control you, so they may subtly destroy you and your friend's relationship. Toxic partners will make up lies and twist people's words. They'll force you to choose sides. They'll encourage you to argue and spend time apart. A toxic partner wants you and your friend to stop seeing each other. That way you spend all of your time trapped under your partner's thumb. This toxic pattern affects a surprising number of relationships. From the outside, it's easy to spot. But when you're trapped in this toxic dynamic, it can be difficult to recognize obvious red flags. You may think your partner is trustworthy. You may start to doubt your friends and family. You may feel like you have to pick favorites or choose sides, but a loving partner never damages your other relationships. They want you to have strong connections with your friends and family because they want you to be happy. Instead of telling lies or spilling secrets, a loving partner works hard to connect with the people you care about. If someone is important to you, that someone will also be important to them. So don't let a toxic partner disrupt your closest connections. It may feel like your partner is helping or saving you from a bad situation, but the truth is, your toxic partner wants you all to themselves. Number 4, attacking personality. In healthy relationships, partners give each other constructive criticism. You should help your partner identify and improve upon their weaknesses, because you want them to grow into a happier, more successful individual. But in a toxic relationship, criticism is rarely ever constructive. In fact, many toxic people regularly attack their partner's personalities. For one reason or another, toxic partners want to lower your confidence and self-esteem. They want to insult and belittle you. They want to make you feel weak and small, often because they are struggling with issues of their own. But how do you know if your partner is being helpful or toxic? Criticism from a loving partner is never cruel or accusatory. They don't call you names, exaggerate your flaws, or hurt your feelings. Toxic criticisms, on the other hand, quickly resort to name-calling and exaggeration. A toxic partner wants to hurt your feelings even if what they're saying isn't fair or true. For example, if you forget to take out the trash, a toxic partner will use that opportunity to bring you down. They may call you lazy or ungrateful. They may shame you for making a small mistake. In a toxic relationship, every petty issue can evolve into a deeply personal attack. Partners who attack or insult each other rarely have the other person's best interests in mind. If this sounds familiar, you are in a toxic relationship, and it's time to set yourself free. Number 5. Stonewalling. Not every toxic trait is loud or insulting. Just because someone isn't yelling at you doesn't mean their behavior is healthy or loving. For example, have you ever had a partner give you the silent treatment? Or maybe your partner repeatedly ignored your problems or neglected your needs. In both cases, your partner is using a manipulative strategy called stonewalling. Instead of listening to your needs or engaging with you on an emotional level, they withdraw their attention and emotions from the relationship. In some cases, a stonewalling partner will stop talking to you for days or weeks on end. When this happens, you may feel like you've done something wrong. You may feel like it's your responsibility to break down their walls and earn their attention. But that's exactly what your toxic partner wants. Stonewalling is one way that partners subtly control and manipulate your behavior. One moment, they give you their full attention. The next, they withdraw into themselves, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. But stonewalling isn't something healthy and loving partners do. Instead, they prioritize open communication and emotional vulnerability. At every stage, they pay attention to each other's feelings, and they listen to each other's needs. So don't let your toxic partner shut you down any longer. If this person isn't willing to be vulnerable or communicate openly, your relationship may be more toxic than you realize. Number 6. One-sided compromises. Does your partner win every argument? Are you always making compromises so your partner can have what they want? This is a common issue for introverted or unassertive partners. You enter a relationship hoping your partner will understand your limitations, but instead, they abuse your personality type to push their own agenda. At every turn, you are the one making sacrifices. You give up your time, your energy, and your resources, but they hardly ever return the favor. When they do, your partner may act like you are a huge burden on their lives. You may feel guilty asking your partner for favors despite doing favors for your partner all the time. This toxic dynamic can evolve into an unfair, one-sided relationship. Your partner may believe the relationship revolves entirely around them, but that's not the way a healthy relationship works. You and your partner should both make compromises. Each person should be willing to make sacrifices for the other. In a loving relationship, doing your partner a favor isn't a burden or an inconvenience. It's an opportunity to show that person how much you value their wants and needs. So don't settle for someone who takes advantage of you. If someone isn't willing to give as much as they get, your partner is a toxic person. Number 7. Controlling behavior. Toxic partners often exhibit controlling behavior. They may try to dictate your every move, make decisions for you, and even isolate you from others. This type of behavior can be subtle at first, but over time it can become more and more apparent. For example, a toxic partner may try to control what you wear, who you see, and even what you eat. They may criticize your choices and make you feel guilty for doing things that don't align with their preferences. They may also try to control your finances, limiting your access to money and making you dependent on them. Controlling behavior is a major red flag in any relationship. It's a sign that your partner doesn't respect your autonomy and doesn't trust you to make your own decisions. If you feel like you're walking on eggshells around your partner, or if you feel like you have to constantly ask for permission to do things, it's time to reassess your relationship. Number 8. Continuous arguments. Many toxic partners cannot control their emotions, especially negative emotions like anger and frustration. For example, your partner may get angry about the smallest, pettiest issues. Even if you apologize, their anger never seems to go away. Every discussion explodes into a long, emotionally exhausting argument. You can take the blame 100 times over, but your partner refuses to forgive or move on. Petty, continuous arguments are a common feature in toxic relationships. One partner desperately wants to make up and move forward, while the other partner is holding a grudge. Sometimes a toxic partner will use guilt as a weapon, lord your mistakes over your head. or make rash generalizations like, "How can I ever trust you again?" When this happens, you may feel like the bad guy. You may feel like it's your fault for hurting them so deeply. But the problem isn't you. You and your partner aren't able to resolve conflicts effectively because your partner does not have a firm grasp on their emotions. Your partner may be experiencing a range of feelings, like sadness and shame, but they don't have the emotional intelligence to differentiate between their emotions. Instead of feeling sadness or shame, they only understand anger, so the real problem never gets solved. If constant anger affects your relationship, your partner may not be able to resolve emotional conflicts in a healthy way. They can't see problems clearly, and they can't understand anyone's feelings but their own. So don't let your partner's anger cause you any more unhappiness. If your partner can't control or make sense of their emotions, it's not your responsibility to do it for them. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to support Speech. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos.